Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Cathedral of Velvet podcast. Yes, Cathedral Velvet podcast, where people podcast. I'm still not sure if I'm keeping that catchphrase or not. But like always, I'm your host, Parachucho. Welcome back, everyone. It's been another 2 weeks. Uh, not gonna lie. I thought last week I was missing a recording, but then it was like, then obviously I just went and checked the channel like, oh no, I did a recording last week, so okay, gotta wait till next week to do another recording. So yeah, I was a little bit worried there, but yeah, the Cathedral of Velvet podcast is the podcast where we talk about all the different news, articles, whatnots that's been happening with Persona and sometimes not Persona related stuff. So yeah, that is woo. That's what we're doing here today. We're on episode 30, I think. Episode 30. Wow, we're going on for 30 weeks now. Well, 30 episodes. But technically, you double that. Then we're technically been doing this for like 60 weeks technically. So yeah. uh, but like this is how we do things. First we start off, with the first couple of minutes of what's been going on in real life, whatnot, and after that, we go into the news. So in terms of like news, so what we got I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish articles to go through. Um, and all of them, obviously, I don't go through the articles, so like I'm just checking like, I mean, I could go through, like, one of them is pretty long. One of them's not as long. It's long, but because like there's just a bunch of pictures, not long because there's a whole bunch of text. So yeah, that's uh and I'm just seeing a lot of like two articles that's just as long because they're just like listing things. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that long of a recording session today. Hopefully under 2 hours we can try to do that. But yeah, what's been happening within the last 2 weeks? So what's been happening since the last recording? So since last time I went to Miku Expo, and that was a really awesome experience. Now, if you guys don't know, there was a whole discourse around Miku Expo, and that was mainly because, with, if you guys don't know Hatsune Miku, Hatsune Miku is a Vocaloid, which is a music program that lets you make songs, right? So, and Miku's has gone popular enough to, hey, we have concerts and all that stuff, and they're usually done with like holographic projectors and screens like that. Well, this time around they use LED screens, and people are reasonably upset that hey, the first time of Miku has come back in like 4 or 5 years, and we're just getting LED screen instead of the holographic. Yeah, I understand how people could be upset about that, and me personally, yeah, I I was upset that it was an LED screen, but like overall, like my experience was still good. Like I did have like a vlog up on the main channel that's, hey, just going over what's been happening that day, and I was emotional. Well, in that concert I was cheering, yelling, just like yeah, and then just like crying, oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, that was an awesome it was an awesome experience there. So some people might not like it, some people do. Just depends on who you are. I will say that they should have brought back the holographic screens. They should have. But the LED, I guess it wasn't that bad. At least where I was, in terms of like seating, I had somewhat pretty good seats. Like, cause it was still very visible. It was fairly good size. I was in the orchestra row, somewhere almost near the back, but it was still close enough that I can like see like all the good details of the characters on screen and whatnot. I can still see like the bands playing. Like I'm not like squinting like, oh, well, what's going on there? So like it was still a good experience for me. Um, what else has been happening? Well, upon my channel is now fully monetized. I'm now able to put ads on it, so I'm able to get a little bit more money from YouTube finally after 8 long years since, ever since, well, I feel like it's been more than 8 years, ever since, YouTube done that apocalypse thing. So, yeah, if you guys don't remember, like, the apocalypse, when it was around roughly the same time, where, Logan Paul did the whole, Suicide Forest kind of thing. It was just like, ooh. And then a whole bunch of advertisers left the platforms. And then, like, okay, we're gonna have to get rid of people. And the new requirements is that you gotta have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. And I will tell you, that was a very tough struggle to just try to reach 4,000. Now, at least, within the past 2 years, I think they lowered it to 3,000 watch hours, and that will at least get you access to the super functions like super chats, super things. So people are still able to like and having memberships on the channel. So that is something they added. And then when you reach 4,000 watch hours, that's when you can able to put ads on the channel. Now I'm trying to make sure that the ads are not intrusive to the video, and I know like I try to do it at least every 15 minutes or so, because like the videos, depending on the video, like if it's over like an hour, like I try to do like 15 minutes or so. Like that's a good amount of time in between. So like, let's say I have an hour 15, hour 16-minute long video, right? So that'd be 15 minutes, 30, 45, hour. So 5 ad breaks. So that is not bad. Like I don't want to do like, oh hey, every 10 minutes you get an ad. Just like, no, like if it's something for like, I have like a 50-minute video, like probably like 10 minutes would probably be approachable. So it would be like, okay, so 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then 40. So 4 ads per 10 minutes. Like I'm still figuring out like how to do things. So yeah, so it's still it's been a long while since, and they've really changed up how they do the ads and monetization on YouTube. So I'm still very iffy on that. Like now like when you upload, you have to like click on, okay, what's inside, what's in the videos, like does it include like violence, does it include like sexual like activities and all that stuff. Just like, wow, this is just a bit annoying. I wish I can just like how they do like 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 the standard thing that you do like in uploading, like every time you upload, like, okay, the same settings is always there. So like if I can just do that with the monetization thing, like that would probably be best. So yeah, just that doing that is just a little. It's a bit annoying, but I'm glad that I was able to get the channel fully monetized, and also thanks to you guys for watching the videos. I wouldn't be able to do it if you guys were watching it. So thank you guys for doing that. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel and that stuff, liking, subscribing, commenting. So yeah, um, that's what work is, I'm not really a fan of work that's been happening recently. Just having a bunch of people just being lazy, not really want to work. So that's my big issue there. But not gonna go into too much stuff there. This portion of the podcast is sponsored by you, the patrons on patreon.com/cavepodcast. With as low as $3 a month, you can support me and the podcast with benefits such as exclusive posts, early access to the podcast, no in-video ads, your name scrolling in the video, and much more. So please consider supporting your boy over at patreon.com/cavepodcast. And now back to the show. Alright, so let's just jump into the news segment. And yeah, so let's just jump right over here. Boop. And like always, we're checking out Persona Central. If you guys want to check out anything related to Persona, SMT, Chain Odyssey, or anything really relates to Alice, please check out Persona Central. All the articles and links that we're checking out here will be in the description of the video and audio podcast. So please check them out. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, YouTube. Please check them out. Support them any way you can. So the first article is we're talking about P5X. And we got a new character trailer for Minami Miyashita. Perfect World Games has released a character trailer for a new idol thief who will be added in P5X, Minami Miyashita, aka codename Marion. Okay, I mean it's better than it's better codename than a couple of others that we've seen. So let me just read the background music and we can get into here.
マジで天使っているんだよ。おいおい、いきなりどうした？こないだ雑司ヶ谷でさ、あったんだよ天使と。話が見えてこねえぞ。その子がいる。
Frame rate could be better.
つい見とれちゃうんだよ。で、俺その子に気を取られたら派手に転んでさ。
Oh, whoa. Cameraman? Oh. Did she faint because of her beauty? Oh, she's a nurse. An idol and a nurse. Alright, not bad persona.
De, 天使とそれからどうなったんだ？どうもこうもねえよ。それっきり。なんでだよ。連絡先聞くとかさ。バカ野郎。バカ野郎。俺なんかが触れていい存在じゃねえんだ。
Is that her across the station? Sweet diagnostic. Alright, not bad, look at the characters. She's alright. An idol thief, who's also a nurse. He's not bad, design. Having idols plus nurses, pretty good, right? Yeah, I like the design. But I will say it kind of looks a little basic, a little bit. Hey, I mean, like, it's not bad, just a bit basic. Does, does she have jiggle physics? Or is that just the clothes? I'm not sure, but hey, she's working that thing. But her persona looks really awesome. It's like obviously combines like like looks like a bit of like a flower rose. Not sure which kind of flower. I'm not a florist, but I mean the design looks really cool.
悩みがあるなら私に話してね。母さん、手怪我してる？怪我？傷が深かったのかもしれないですね。絆創膏を一応貼っておきましょうか。
I don't know why, but just like the way that kid looks, just like, well, why is he dressing him like he's from like the 1800s or like 1800s, 1700s? Just like like all like dress all fancy, all that stuff, even with like a top hat like thing. well, why would that look?
知れないですね。絆創膏を一応貼っておきましょうか。家帰ったら新しいのに変えてくださいね。貼り直すときは水道でよく傷口を洗ってから。気づくの遅れてごめん。人の怪我を見るとほっとけなくて。
No idea what's going on, but okay.
小さい頃から看護師になりたかったんだ。そう言われると結構嬉しいかも。治療なら私、マリアンに任せてね。治療の時間ね、タレイヤ。
Alright, yeah, pretty good look. Is that jellyfish back there? Why is there jellyfish?
みんな、怪我したら私に言ってね。
Oh, that's the arena. Does this be like near like or somewhere around the Velvet Room, perhaps? Because like the Velvet Room obviously takes place underwater. So could that be there, perhaps? And the flooring too, that looks like it's the Velvet Room like carpet. Oh, yeah. So this is somewhere in the Velvet Room, but fighting Incubus and an angel. Now, what tech was that? Okay, that's no. I can't really see like that little symbol there. I was thinking like, could that possibly be thunder? Is that what angels are weak against in Persona? Like I don't have that all in the back of my head, right? Let me just see. See. Persona 5 Angel. Angel weakness. Okay, IGN, you're showing up first. It is strong against electric. Okay, so it has to be cursed that she's using against the angel, because that's what they're weak against. But it doesn't look like it. Oh, but she heals herself from that? It recovers 2 enemies' health? So obviously, a nurse. The nurse is a healer, so okay. Okay, Seems like she's a pretty good healer with the amount of healing abilities she got, and a sniper. Okay.
お大事に
Okay, Operation
お大事に
Sterilization complete. Alright. Alright, not bad. A little character trailer for her. No, so being a healer, a nurse, and an idol all at the same time. Alright, not bad. Minami is a third-year high school girl who runs an izakaya with her father. She's gentle, kind-hearted, and responsible, and cares for her neighbors' children when they are too busy with work to look after them. Okay, so that was
帰ったら
probably the event that was happening here. Don't know why this is. Oh, alright, there you go. Since she was a child, she dreamed of becoming a nurse like her mother, but a change in her family has forced her to bury her dreams. Nah, that's not how I spell bury. But okay. So I guess that's how her fancy Maverick came to be. But I'm good. I don't think this is saying idol thief is her, like, she's an actual idol. I don't think she's actually his idol. I think she just it's just something that they're using in game terms, perhaps. Because nothing from like the footage that we've seen is her looking like or doing idol stuff. But okay. Her persona 2 is Thalia or Talia. Which one of the two? And we got some footage. So we got she's a 5-star. Okay. Ooh. All right. Let me just. This. There we go. All right. Pretty good look at her and Talia. That persona looks really cool. I really like it. I don't know why, but it feels like like I'm thinking about like all the other personas that we've seen. Well, main personas that we've seen in throughout the games, and I feel like we very rarely gotten like personas that just have like a normal looking face like this. Just like, oh yeah, just see the eyes, like just like a kind of like human looking face. Cause like Arsene doesn't have it. Zoro has eyes, but like it's mainly covered up a bit. Captain Kidd is a skull face. Okay, Carmen, but I feel like, is Carmen a little bit over exaggerated? Probably not. Um. Goemon. Okay, yeah. Goemon's fairly normal. Milady is just a mask. Robin Hood, I feel like he's just a bit of an a bit of an over exaggeration, right? Let me just pull up an image of Robin Hood. Well, the top of his head is no, no, it's not really that normal in actuality. Then Loki, no. Cendrillon? Cendrillon? Let me just Cendrillon. Hmm. I guess a little bit. Just something with Cendrillon's eyes that's a bit off. But I think probably Talia is like the most normal-ish out of the Persona 5 cast. But who knows? Who knows? I haven't really been playing the game recently. I've just been kind of stalling just like until we get the word of you know outside of Japan release. And I'm just holding out on that. And kind of a reason why is I think something's gonna be coming up a little bit later. It's continuing on. So we got some more metaphor information. So metaphor repeating zero. We've got some new in-depth information on the world, combat, and English. Got some English screenshots. Ugh. Let me just turn back on that. So, following the latest trailer, The King's Trial for the fantasy RPG metaphor, Atlus has released detailed information, including the trailer, included in the trailer. The details include an in-depth look at the game's mechanic, like the fast and squad battle system, archetypes, as well as the game settings. An evolution of turn-based combat. Fast and squad. The fast and squad battle system allows players to fight in dungeons in a way that has not been possible in turn-based battles to date. Players can switch between real-time action where they directly attack the enemy when navigating the dungeon, called Fast, and turn-based command battle system called Squad. So you can see here, doing some slashing and then hit Squad and that'll go into turn-based combat. And we got the Face Sight. Face Sight is an ability used by protagonist's partner, the fairy Galika. It can be used to analyze one's surroundings and see enemy danger levels. By understanding the strength of the monsters that await you in dangerous dungeons, you can choose the way you approach them. So, looks like got a danger level of 11 and we're level 4. So, yeah, going up against it is not that good. It means it's danger, so better level up before going against that human. So fast. Fast is an effective way to fight lower ranked enemies you have already fought before. On the field, you can also use the lock-on function, dash and evade. If you wipe out enemies with fast while watching out for their attacks, you'll be able to explore the dungeons with ease. Additionally, since the fast attack depends on the archetypes equipped by the player, finding a specific fast fighting style that suits you will be important in navigating dungeons. So whichever archetype you have will really affect how you attack enemies in dungeons. So I'm guessing if you probably have like a strength based archetype, it'll probably mean that hey, you're gonna kill these enemies a bit faster. But if you have like a more defensive approach, right, it'll take a little bit longer, but obviously you won't get hit or take as much damage. Now we got Squad. Enemies indicated in yellow or in red through Galika's face sight are monsters that pose danger to the protagonist. Strong enemies cannot be defeated through fast battle, so it is necessary to shift to squad command battle. Continuing to attack these enemies with fast allows you to stun them and start a turn-based battle with an advantage. Okay. So, because we gotta start off with, using little fast attacks to get that stun off, and then going to squad. Okay. I mean, looks like, oh yeah, so this is where we're right about to go into a squad attack with against this enemy here. Can we actually the Homo full kilo. Okay, not bad. Turn-based battle. In this game, turn-based battles can be fought by configuring a party of up to 4. The number of party members will increase to 7 as the story progresses, making it possible to create a variety of party configurations that fully utilizes each character's individuality. Oh, and then they have the squad attack. So once you do, a little bit of damage, got the squad, boom, go after it. Now let's take the suppressor advantage. So there. This seems like it's somewhat early in the game. We're on mission 10, or well, days until the Calamity 10. I'm not sure, Mission 10 or days until Calamity 10. But we only have 3 party members, so, and level 11, so very early on in the game. While fighting in turn-based mode usually involves selecting actions from multiple commands. In this game, commands can be selected with a touch of a button, allowing the battle to proceed at a faster pace. During command battles, the protagonists can transform into awakened archetypes. Each archetype has its own special skills, and equipping archetypes with skills that strike the enemy's weakness allows you to get the advantage in battle. At the same time, each archetype is unique and has various strengths and weaknesses. During command battles, players can make various choices, such as handing over their turn to the next party member, switching between front and back rows, switching party members, and switching party members. Players are required to assess the battle situation and use a variety of tactics to fight. Now, I've noticed that the switching between front and back rows. So is this similar to Etrian Odyssey, where basically, okay, you have a front row of 3 characters and back row of 2 characters. And the front characters can attack, obviously the enemies in front, so is the enemies, and so is, the characters in back can attack the front enemies too. But the enemies cannot attack the back characters until they get rid of the front. Is that how it's gonna be going, right? Or is it something different? Like, I wonder how the rows will work. And obviously, hitting to turn over to the next party members, that's like we've seen that before in other games. In addition, the difficulty levels of battles in this game is intentionally made to be high, designed to emphasize the tension of deliberating and selecting commands to earn a great sense of accomplishment that comes with victory. Dungeon rife with strong enemies. A labyrinth that lures travelers to their death. So speaking of it's like Etrian Odyssey, we're dealing with labyrinths. On your journey to claim the throne as the protagonist, you will face many perilous dungeons. Dungeons are filled with powerful enemies and numerous obstacles that stand in your way. However, valuable treasures and powerful armaments make it worth the challenge. There are 2 types of dungeons in this game. Main dungeons, which players traverse as part of the main storyline, and side dungeons, which appears in side quests and other challenges. Okay. So, we can see here. Not sure if this is a side dungeon or main dungeon, but it says here, Regolith Grand Cathedral, the Servant's Chamber. Okay. So we got some skull enemies, dead bodies on the ground. Don't know what that pot is. But thwart the necromancer's scheme. So these are probably revive enemies by the necromancer. Bridge collapsing, so this is the Nord Mines. And get through the tunnel. So I mean, this kind of feels like it could be, a main battles or a main quest event. Just running across the bridge before it all explodes. And rewards, and the treasures, the reward that we're gonna get. What will it be? We have no idea. Awaken archetype. Heroic images residing in your heart. And fight. What's an archetype? The protagonist faces their own fears and building a relationship of trust, forming bonds with their supportive followers, characters, and awaken the power of heroic images called archetypes. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to here. So you have the archetype, got the seeker, got mage, brawler, and healer. So with the seeker, it learns versatile skills including wind magic, single targeting healing, and attack buffs. Okay. I guess that's just for the seeker. Looks like just uses a standard sword. Mages uses a staff, or wand, I guess. brawler obviously uses the fist, and the healer uses staff, wand, whichever. But I'm kind of wondering why, like it says seeker, mage. Like, is there an actual, like, will there be a somewhat difference like in gaming archetypes? Like, will it be like a seeker mage or a brawler seeker or mage healer or something along the lines of that? Like, are there gonna be some kind of differences, or are these just the names? Like, okay, seeker is the type of archetype, and then the name of the archetype is seeker. So again, like the type of archetype it is seeker, and its name is also seeker. But we could get a seeker type archetype that its name is Juan. I have no idea, just random name. That could that be some kind of thing? Perhaps, maybe. And then we see, the different skills that each person can get through their archetype. So we got some here, here. So it seems like, like each one of these will has a certain amount of skills that you can get. So like and also seems like it corresponds with each body part, or for at least some of them. So we got like probably two here, like so like 3 here, and then the 1 there. Got 3 there, 2 there, 2 there, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. We got, well, possibly that's 1, and then like 3 here, 3 here, 2 here, 2 here. No, 3. Well, it could be 3, possibly, and another 3 here. Not sure if there's gonna be any more around the sides here, or like, we can see that there are like, some other lines forming here. So, I mean, it could happen, but we have no idea. And then up, we're going a bit too far, Continuing on down, by awakening 2 archetypes, the protagonist can transform into them during turn-based battles if they have them equipped. Archetypes are diverse and each with different abilities and personalities. There are a variety of archetypes, from the basic seeker, who is an all-around in battle, the mage, who strikes weaknesses with offensive magic, to the thief, who can plunder resources. Okay, so we do have another archetype, so 4 plus the 7 of thief. Okay. Players will have to decide which archetypes to awaken and how to configure their party members to create a strong party. And then we see this here. So this is the main protag, being the seeker, using wind magic on the enemy here, and it's got the weakness down. And I'm not sure which one is that. It looks like the knight. So we do have confirmed warrior and knight as an included archetype. So seeker, mage, brawler, healer, and then we have thief, and we have warrior and knight. So that's 7 right there. But possibly there could be an 8th, maybe, just like basing off like what we see here. I can visually just see, like, okay, sliding these 4 down, another row. We've already got, like, again, the thief, warrior and knight. That's already 3 there, so missing one more archetype that we could get. I mean, could come out like, the very last dungeon, like, hey, here you've unlocked the final archetype. You've unlocked God. Something along the lines of that. It has to be something like very like D&D related, as like this is like very inspired by that. fantasy, medieval, all that stuff. So what would be, the best or like the final archetype that could be gained through this for the protagonist to get? Give a guess in the comments down below. So now we got the party archetypes and formation. Party configurations. The protagonist parties are all very unique. The archetypes possessed by the party members and the combination of archetypes will greatly change the strategy in turn-based battles. Okay, so we do have another one. Not sure which one that is. Oh, that's Thief. Okay, I just looked down a bit more. Archetype configuration. When a party member awakens a new archetype, said archetype will be available to swap with others. By analyzing the dungeons you're headed into and enemies that dwell there, equip party members with the appropriate archetype that fits the situation, allowing you to face even stronger foes. Okay, so that little sword there, that's the Thief. Okay, and that's from Heisme. Okay. Now we got a quick description of the knights here, or the warrior. A skilled in physical slash attacks with a sword, it cuts down foes with a strong single target damage. Okay. Bonding with followers will be your source of strength. For bonds, earn supporters. The protagonist will meet and befriend various people over his journey. As he continues to deepen these bonds, these followers will become his strongest supporters. Interactions with these followers is also an important part of the journey, as the strengthening of these bonds can lead to archetype awakenings, as well as the acquisitions of various other abilities. So, Katarina? Or Katarina? Which one? Okay. Were you surprised? Well, you were in trouble. I'm guessing we're still following, like how Persona does things, where certain responses will lead to better results, which leads to, closer bonds with other people, other supporters. Followers' stories. Interacting with followers will unlock their side stories and will give players some more insight into the backgrounds. Each follower has their own unique story and background, and following their stories in addition to the main story is part of the game's appeal. It's up to the player to decide which followers to prioritize interacting with. The way the journey is spent will greatly influence the party development and story experience. Alright, so I can sense Katarina's righteous spirits and faith in me. And hey, totally not a social link. New ability with a brawler archetype. The party can now study the brawler. So she gives us the brawler archetype. I mean, like, she looks like she's been through some rough stuff, so I guess. Traveling around the world. The Gauntlet Runner leg of the journey. None can safely travel the dangerous areas between the large locations, referred to as wastelands, due to the bands and monsters that roam there. The Gauntlet Runner is a large armored vehicle designed to move safely through this wilderness. It is a vehicle with a self-propelled mechanism powered by magic, or mobile base, if you will. The protagonists will travel around the country in their Gauntlet Runner to gain their support. Wonder what this missing area thing is. Is that redacted to hide spoilers? Perhaps, maybe. Spend time in the Gauntlet Runner. While on the road in your Gauntlet Runner, can take various actions as if it were a camper. You can cook, read a book, talk to your friends, or take a nap if there's nothing else to do. Inside the vehicle, not gonna lie, I'm just thinking, like, I highly doubt you're gonna be taking a nap on your first playthrough, at least for the majority of the game, until you actually max your stats out. Inside the vehicle, the protagonist can use multiple areas such as the war room, kitchen, lounge, and other facilities. And by stepping onto the deck, they can experience the vastness of the world they are traveling through in the Gauntlet Runner, making the journey a travel experience in itself. The variety of activities and events that occur with the Gauntlet Runner is a unique feature of this game. So, looks like we see some, well, I'm guessing this is the war room, talking about, hey, what are we gonna do here, where we're gonna go. So, first trial, slay a monster, take a test as proof, then bring to the goal line. Oh, I guess doing laundry will increase your NP. And I'm guessing that is maybe the captain of the Gauntlet Runner? They're just sitting there. Alright. Locations during the journey. The old castle town, Matera. Matera, Old Castle Town, is a pastoral town that is a complete shift from the royal capital. Yeah, this image here, that looks really cool. I think this is actually just a painting that someone in team did. That looks really cool. The town is famous for its local cuisine, using a specific type of larva served to entertain tourists. At first glance, the town appears to be peaceful, but the surrounding desert is a home to a monster called the Giant Sandworm, instilling fear among the residents, not to mention a certain incident that is also endangering them. The protagonist will be confronted with the events taking place in the town. Okay, this place used to be a busy little hubbub, but thanks to all the crimes, it turned into this. Okay. Wow, that it really looks like it's just like if you just take out the characters here, it just looks like this is just a painting, right? Ew. It tastes fine, but I'm afraid to swallow it. Like, just how the protagonists are like, I don't want to swallow this. Yeah, just like, I'm not gonna eat that bug. No way. No way. Ain't doing that. Events have places of stay, various facilities in town, recruitment center, and bounties. In each town the protagonist visits, there is a facility called the recruitment center, where requests such as defeating monsters and threatening the town are posted. There are chances of obtaining valuable items as well as bounty rewards by completing the request. However, be warned that these requests will be dangerous. Oops, sorry about that. So it will be important to be careful when choosing which to accept. Yeah, we saw a quick glimpse of this in the video. So Alpha Rockworm, Valmo, Monstrous Maneater. So slay the Alpha Rockworm. Information at the tavern in Thoroughfare Square. And we get 20,000. Okay, and the rank is 3.5. Okay. And then we're almost done here. We got Tavern and Informant. Each of the towns the protagonist visits has a tavern, a place where people of the town relax. The protagonist will probably stop by the tavern for a meal during their stay in various areas. In these taverns, there are also informants who sell a variety of information. The information available ranges from local specialties to information on the demons that haunt the area. Although information can be expensive at times, it is important to make use of the informants to find out enemy traits in preparation of dungeon exploration, and use this information to form a more effective party. Okay, so we got our little informant, Falcone the Informant. Okay, so for a prize, we get to learn a little bit more about what's happening and get some ingredients, I guess. Learn about the secrets of Cragante Castle. There's rumors about a monster within it. And that's our informant. Right. We've got our weapons shop. Too high. In addition to acquiring them in dungeons, coins for party members can also be obtained at weapons and armor shops in town. In addition to buying and selling armor, you can also have unidentifiable loot from Dungeons of Praise. It's a must-stop shop before and after exploring dangerous dungeons. You can relax after a tiring trip at inns. It is a good place to check if there's anything left to do in the day's activities and to think about future travel plans. You can also choose to end the day here and welcome the next if you choose. Which probably, if it's your first playthrough, you're probably not. Probably be like, okay, we're gonna do as much as we can. Whatever activities we can do, we will do. Yada yada, all that stuff, right? It's got a bunch of weapons there. Only 10,000, so probably only have to get one weapon for someone. Our little bedroom there. 4 beds, not that bad. Will Galka sleep in the entire bed herself, or is she gonna be sleeping like in a basket or in that cup? Probably the basket, right? Next, we've got events at places of stay and quests. Complete quests help those in need. The protagonists must conquer the main quests within their designated period of stay in each region, but side quests will be the key in making that happen. Side quests are requests from people you meet on your journey to hunt, explore, investigate, and earn various rewards for completing them. You'll encounter strong enemies as part of some of these quests, while others offer rare equipment. Among the abundant side quests, players are free to choose which ones to take on first. To complete the main quest by the deadline, utilizing side quests will be an important option in strengthening the party. I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were gonna be finishing this up like hour and a half, but I don't think so. Okay, so nice looking Gallica up close. Not like she kind of blends in there, like if you're just looking a bit far away. Okay. By July 11th. Oh, one more. All these quests here. Hashing a plan. 7 niggas left. Okay, so at least, it seems like there's a good amount of quests that doesn't have a deadline. At least from, just a little bits of what we see. Which is pretty good. Hopefully, we don't have that many quests that requires, has a deadline. Okay, but now we have the field map. Not sure why we need to talk about the field map, because it's a field map. The town map. Opening the map allows you to check places you have visited previously. The map shows the player's location. The player can instantly move to the desired spot by selecting a registered location within the town they're currently in. This allows for convenient traveling around large cities and their various facilities. So we've got some Lumio Streets, some like Sunshade Row. Yeah, seeing our map. And journey, objective, and storyline. Traveling around the world. In order to save the cursed prince thought dead, the protagonist decides to partake in the royal tournament. To become king, they need to be the most popular in the country, and in order to win the trust of the people of the country over powerful rivals, the protagonist embarks on a journey around the world. The time limit to decide for the next king is about 6 months. Will the protagonist be able to gather the trust of the people in the given time, and what can they do to accomplish that in that period? Okay, so 6 months versus about, it's more like 8 to 9 months, kind of, sort of. Like if you take out, the days where, time skips, kind of. I guess, well, I guess more like 10 months, kind of. If you remove all the days where you don't really have activities to do and it just forces you to do stuff. So, okay. So I'm guessing this is the Cursed Prince, maybe, perhaps? And, as the days go by, we see more and more of these ivies coming around, perhaps? Is that a thing that's happening? Realistic daily life on the road. In this game, the concept of dates exists so that the players can enjoy a realistic experience of daily life while traveling. In today's world, travel often has a fixed itinerary, such as 3 days and 2 nights. Similarly, players can enjoy spending time at each place to stay in this game as if it were a modern person's travel experience. During the journey, the protagonist will visit a variety of places, including bustling, developed cities like the royal capital, pastoral towns, and waterfront cities. And at each place of stay, various encounters and incidents awaits. The people who live there, unique facilities, local specialties, and sometimes monsters that threaten the locals. What to do, when to do it, and where to go within a limited period. The choice is entirely up to the player. The realistic sensation of the travel unique to the game can be enjoyed to the fullest. Yeah, they really talk about, hey, you're not gonna have instant travel. It's gonna take some time. We'll have to make camp for tonight, but we'll arrive tomorrow. The question is if we can make it back by tomorrow night. Yeah, like it's just like if we only have 6 months and we got a certain amount of time, having days just like being spent like that, like man, it's gonna be a little annoying to me. But we'll just see what will happen. Okay, last part. Locations during the journey: Royal Capital, Grand Chat. The capital of the kingdom of Uchronia, which is where this game takes place. A city where many people come and go and where various tribes live. The well-maintained streets and bustling markets gives an impression of splendor. On the other hand, there is an execution site in the backstreet of the town, and people with nowhere to go cower by the side of the road. In the world of this game, the gap between the rich and poor and discrimination are widespread. Even here in the royal capital, various problems have arisen, and it seems that more than just a few people are living in anxiety. Ooh! Yeah. Oh man, that was a long article, but not gonna lie, we spent like 11 minutes in the beginning talking about this live, then we spent another couple talking about Minami. This probably takes cake and probably the longest article we're talking about in this episode. But seeing more details about Metaphor, so pretty good. And I wanna have that demo in my hands. I know there's gonna be a demo in Japan, which we might be talking about that a little bit later. And people get to play the game soon. Man, I want to play the game. I want to see how this feels like, how this plays like. I wonder if Atlus will actually release a public demo for the game. I mean that'd be pretty cool for them to do. But I kind of doubt it. Like, it's very rare that at least Atlus developed / published games have demos. Like, I'm trying to remember what's the last Atlus game that has an Atlus developed game that has a demo. Because I don't think Tacto didn't have it. Reload didn't have it. Royal didn't have it. Vanilla P5 didn't have it. Strikers didn't have it. Soul Hackers didn't have it. Nocturne HD didn't have it. So yeah, just a whole bunch of Atlus games doesn't have a public demo to it. maybe it'll change.
Hey guys, this episode is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby is a clean energy drink that's made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or inks like other energy drinks. I just got myself the Dubby sample pack, which comes with this little tumbler, and also comes with 4 flavor packs. Got the Peach and Beach, or Beach and Peach. Comes with the Dub Squat, Sludge, my man, Sludge. I'm reading it backwards. Then we got the Dragonade. I should probably look at it first, then do a thing. And then the Galaxy Grenade. So we're gonna try one of these today, and I'll tell you how I honestly think about it. Alright, so out of the 4 here, let's try the Dragonade. Let's see, how this tastes. Alright, so here we have the dragon fruit. It is, of course, well, not dragon, the Dragonade. It has dragon fruit in it, which I never had, and pink strawberry lemonade, which I also never had, but smells pretty good. So here we go. Cheers. Alright, it's not that bad. Like, it reminds me of like a certain soda of like, oh man. But like, it was a soda I had as a kid, but like, I can't really remember, like when I was in New York for a bit, and I had like it, but like, but like, it's not bad. Not bad at all. If you guys want to try out the samples shaker yourself, or buy any of the products on Dubby, make sure to use my coupon code PowerJ at checkout to save 10% on your order. So again, that's PowerJ at checkout for 10% off your order. Now, back to the video.
Doubt it. But let's just continue on. So we got some more details on SMT5 Vengeance, with new details on demons, dungeons, and mechanics. So, following the latest trailer, Atlus has revealed new information for SMT5 Vengeance. The details include new demons of African origins, new location called Shakan, and details on new mechanics. Alongside the demons that first appeared in SMT5, Vengeance features more than 270 demons, including new demons by character designer Masayuki Doi. So we have a Onyakapon, which is an Enigma type, a new demon to the series, a sky god of the Ashanti people and other tribes in West Africa, one of the aliases of the supreme god Nyame, said to mean the all-knowing and all-seeing. Okay, it's kind of a cute little demon thing. Then we got Anansi. I feel like I've seen like Anansi relates content before, like something on like HBO, right? Like I could have sworn I heard something about like Anansi like in like a from like a cartoon or something like that. Like if you guys like know something about that, well, let me know in the comments. So a new demon to the series, folklore hero of the Ashanti and other tribes in West Africa. He is known as a trickster who gets by on his wits and cunning. Yeah, I think like it was like a spider or something like that. Well, it does have 2, 4, 6, 8, well, 10, I guess, but similar. Now we got a Nyami Nami, which is a dragon. A dragon new to the series, the Zambezi river god of the Tonga and Lozi tribes of southern Africa. He has the body of a snake and the head of a fish or a dragon. He's said to protect the people near the water and provide them with sustenance. I'm guessing this is the snake. And this is supposed to be a dragon or a fish? I see neither of these in the head. So in the field, Bethel's sacred space, Shakan. In the Kingdom of Vengeance storyline, in the game will feature a new dungeon, Shakan, a sacred place and a forbidden land hidden in Shinjuku. Shakan possesses a solemn atmosphere. The rotation devices and angels that guards the sacred place staying in the way. And we got some updates about the system. World of Shadows. In addition to combining demons in the world of paganism visited by accessing the ley line found, the protagonist's demons can be straightened through hypothesis. Miracles. Within the netherworld, one can obtain glory, the majesty of God. In the world of shadows, you can learn miracles by using glory. Miracles are considered miraculous deeds that alter the world's providence. And the types of miracles range from those that give an advantage in the netherworld exploration and battles against demons, to those that affect conversation, fusion, skill affinity, and growth. Collect glory, learn miracles, and become more powerful. Some miracles can be enabled or disabled at one convenience, which that is a new part of SMT5 Vengeance. Got some new sports skill, Estoma. Many new miracles have been added to the game. One of these skills, Estoma, can be activated by triggering the Magatsui's gauge. While it is activated, you are undetectable by all but a few demons in the field. And when you encounter a demon, it will disappear, avoiding contact. So yeah, so if you have a full Magatsui bar, it'll go down and you won't be able to be detected. Pretty cool. Essence Fusion. When exploring Dot, you may obtain an essence, a spirit that is a copy of a demon's ability. Essence exists for each demon and contains the demon's skills and affinity resistances. By fusing it with the protagonist, you will be able to change the protagonist's skills or resistances. Essences can also be fused with demons, and skills can be freely replaced, excluding unique skills. Okay, so well, you'll get like essentially like getting another demon skill. Like you could get Armasa from another one. No wait, I think Armasa is from Aogami, right? Pretty sure. Well, Concentrate you can get from another demon. So like now we get like new innate skills that's added to the game. So that is pretty good. Subquests. Demons and characters in the field request help in subquests, which grant rewards when completed. There are a variety of subquests, such as those where you take control of a demon, as well as time quests, which must be completed within a certain number of moon phases. In addition to events that occur in Dot, subquests may occur in real Tokyo. Oh, okay, so now Tokyo actually has an importance to do there. So I'm gonna be helping out Shimizu, Yuzuru, helping him out, and got those mandrakes there. Oh, it's the Demi-Fiend. It's the Demi-Fiend. The DLC quest in SMT5 returns in the base game, and one of them, Return of the True Demon, can be completed by fulfilling certain conditions. Demi-Fiend Chaos can be added as your party member, so you can recruit him in your party, having two protagonists at the same time. A true challenge for the experienced adventurer, this quest will test your strategy and courage in a battle like no other. So yeah, he is one of the toughest bosses that you can do. It was originally DLC, but now it's part of the main game. So yeah, you can do that if you want. I wonder how like he's gonna be like balanced for like all the new abilities and skills are in the game as well. But looks like this is that he's a guest, so he's not a permanent character in the party. Oh, Frey Krugel. Okay, so now we got virtual trainer. Located within the dive building is the virtual trainer, which allows you to challenge past foes in either a single fight or a series of continuous battles. Players can choose between the original mode in battle, which faithfully reproduces the strength of the enemy, and challenge mode, which the enemy has been greatly enhanced compared to its original version. In challenge mode, each time the fight is clear, the level of the enemies in a reach match increases by 100. Ooh. The battle with the virtual trainer will still result in a game over if you lose, so be sure to prepare carefully before taking on the challenge. Yeah, so we got a level 200 Allegor versus level 61 Protag, level 47 Black Frost, 53 Ifrit, and 54 Kukulane. How is this how is this balance for just like regular use? I have no idea. Beyond the level cap, by fulfilling certain conditions, a new miracle called Morale Transcendence can be acquired. Once learned, the maximum levels of the Nabino and its demons can be increased to 150. So to create the strongest party of your own to your heart's content. So if we can increase past 150, how are we still able to defeat like enemies that are possibly level 999? Like, and like how will like the damage output like be balanced in that too? I'm just like very like how will all this work? I mean, at least you know you can probably like have all your skills like, okay, probably if you're doing magic build, all the way to 99, and strength, agility 99 as well, depending on how you build. And also like what would stat of stat affecting items you get too. New game plus features. In this game, after clearing the main story, you can start playing the game again with some data carried over by loading the clear data. Data transfers can be selected from the following options, and once the conditions are met, Godborn can be selected. Data transfers can be selected from the following patterns, and once conditions are met, Creation can be selected. So we've got Newborn. It retains the following elements. This is for those who want to replay the game while retaining the difficulty of the battles. So you get the enemy status information, you got the compendium, the removal of fusion restrictions, and some miracles. And then we got Reborn. In addition to the elements carried over from Newborn version, the following elements are also carried over. This is recommended for those who want to play the game again, but want to make the battle easier. So you get all of Nabino's abilities and miracles, you get the ally demons as well, all your Maka items, Maka and other valuables, and glory. Okay, so probably Reborn is probably my go-to if I'm gonna be doing like a new game plus playthrough. Maybe. Then we got Godborn. The elements to be taken over are the same as Reborn, but the enemy demons that appear are greatly enhanced. Recommend for those seeking a new playing experience through extreme battles. Yeah, that's not me. I'm not Godborn. No. Yeah, whole bunch of you know, additions added to added to Vengeance, but that's not all. No, there was a little premiere for on YouTube, and it's a complete guide, and it shows some 50 or so quality of life changes that was added to Vengeance. And I did do a reaction to that right there. So, yeah. So, we got... It's 50 of them. So, following its announcements, Atlus released a complete guide video for Vengeance. The video showcases elements from the canon of Vengeance story path, as well as highlighting 50 new additions and changes from the original SMT5 to Vengeance. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's 50 of them, and not gonna lie, I talked about this in my reaction here, but I did talk about like a whole bunch of these additions could have been patched into base SMT5. They could have patched them in, but they were like, you know what? Nah, we're just gonna release a whole entire game again, you know, and that's, you know, perfectly fine when it comes to like, oh, PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC version. Completely fine for that. But you literally have the Switch audience who, and there are players who have Switch and have SMT5, gonna have to buy the game again. Like, it's like a Devil Survivor 2 to, well, almost like Devil Survivor 2 to Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker, except that one's on DS, the other's on 3DS. This year, it's still on the same system. So like a whole bunch of these like additions could have been added through the patch. Like let's see here. Like Sui Demons could have been part of it. The Rails, Love Cap Unlock, Virtual Trainer. Let's see here. Demi Fiend join the party. Consecutive encounters. Mercy. Let's see here. Guide Companion Fusion. Let's see. Outgami Husk, that could have been added. The Fear of Flying Demons encounters. Abscess Obstruction removed. Expandable range of relics. Height difference in the map. Quest navigators. Navigators having highlight effect. First strike adjustments. Turning on and off miracles. The tutorial recap. How is the tutorial recap not in the base game? Like, how? Level differences adjustments. I'm not sure about auto skill, but control options, options for graphics, speed for skill cutscenes. How is that like not a patch into the game? Information about character essence, enhancements to the essence screen, sorting functionality. Like come on. Enhancement to Compendium. That a sky view to the game. Landmark. A landmark function to the map. Okay, and also what else? On and off to functions on map icons, mini map rotations, recommended levels, batch use of items, improvement of the items experience. Now save anywhere, I think that could have been like in expansion. And also New Game Plus, Godborn. Like a whole bunch of these could have been added through a patch, you know, progressively as, you know, like as time goes on. You know, okay, they couldn't just like, no, okay, day one, all these patches comes out. Or they could have. Like I've seen people say, oh, they couldn't do this, it would be impossible. No. And Atlus done this for like other game series. Why are you complaining now? Like, bro, and comparing this to like Nocturne on PS2 and Strange Journey on a DS, like Nocturne is a PS2 game. That PS2 game does not have online connection. It cannot be connected to online, so it cannot be patched with anything. It's like going from like the original Nocturne to the Maniacs version, which added, you know, Dante to the game, or Rhino. You couldn't do that. You had to get another game because, hey, we didn't have patches. You couldn't patch games in. and then with Strange Journey, the Strange Journey Redux, 2 completely different systems. Like, it didn't even have like online connections, and the additions of Redux couldn't just be added to the original version, because like there would be no way to put it all in. Like, are people like really that dumb? People like, oh, they can't just patch it in, you know, it needs to have another release. Okay, so here's this little game called Overwatch that I have. I have the physical game. Yeah, I got it when I was like in college, because there were some people like, hey, you know, let's play some Overwatch, all that stuff. And also I was part of like a Twitch group where like we play Overwatch. That game, if I pop that into my PS4 now, it will say Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is a new game, quote, new game than the Overwatch game that's on the disc right now. It has been updated, patched for so many years. It is now a new game. And people say, oh, they can't just patch it in? Yes, you can patch SMT5 to have these editions of Vengeance. Oh, and let's not forget the whole disaster of which that is Cyberpunk 2077. That game was launched to horrific reviews. It was badly optimized on almost every platform. So and they've patched it for many years, months, years, and it is at a better point. And it has an story expansion DLC. Why can't SMT5 get that story expansion DLC of Vengeance? And it is using majority of the same content of the original game. So like, who's saying that these things can't be possible? Like, it's not they can't do it, it's that they won't do it, or like they don't want to do it. Versus, hey, you know, they could do it for free. Well, in terms of the quality live patches, do that for free. But like Vengeance, having an expansion story expansion DLC, totally fine for like $30, maybe $40 ish. For like the Switch players, that is perfectly fine. Or even like, hey, you know, like here's this upgrade path for the Switch users who, you know, already own SMT5. You can get this upgrade path to Vengeance for a discounted price, so you don't have to fully pay $60 again. Like, how does this not make sense to people? And like, and we're going to be talking about a little bit more of SMT5 in a little bit, but just like, it doesn't make sense to me that like people are saying like Atlus can't do these things. Like, this is like, we've seen there are plenty of other games out there that have done the same thing. They've patched out some stuff. They added quality of life content, of quality of life updates to the games, and it's still the same, and it's all on, you know, still on the same disc, or update to that game. And they didn't need to release another version of the game to like, hey, we fixed the stuff or added stuff that was not in the original game. Hey, like, come on, guys. Like, actually be smart here. Actually be smart here. Like, don't just be like, oh yeah, you know, Alice can do this thing, you know, because yeah. Like, come on, like, actually be realistic here. Like, they can do this. They should do this. But they won't. They're selling again for $60 because, hey, no one's gonna complain about it. But hey, yeah. But thoughts, guys? What do you guys think? Want to put in the comments down below. But yeah, going to the next article. It's not really long. Like the scroll bar on the side is looking pretty long, but it's not really. Alice is launched demon popularity vote to find the most popular demons in Vengeance. The last popularity poll was released for Nocturne HD with Pixie as number 1. The voting will start on May 26th, and vote can be cast by tweeting the hashtag alongside with the name of the demons you wish to vote for. And here's the full list of demons, and spoiler demons are not included and not eligible for voting. So yeah, got a whole bunch of demons here. I'm not gonna be saying all about them, but yeah, you guys can see here. Just it's we're almost there. Just hey, Thoth, Trumpeter, Baphomet, Haridi, Fuki, Black Rider. Yeah, just a whole bunch of demons that you guys can vote for, and if you like, yeah. Next up, it's an update. The Persona series has sold 2.4 million copies from January to March 2024, and 5 copies since April 2023. So, Sega Sammy has released the company's fiscal year ending in March 2024, consisting of April 2023 to March 2024, a Q4 financial results today. As with previous earnings report, Sega has outlined the sales of their tentpole series, including Persona. According to the financial results, Persona series has sold approximately 2.39 million units worldwide, including digitals and physical, in January, February, and March 2024. This is in large part due to P3R's release on February 2nd, which was the fastest selling Atlus title in the company's history. This makes for a total of 5.06 million copies sold of the Persona series in the fiscal year ended March 2024. 630,000 copies were sold between April and June 2023, 750,000 between July and September 2023, and 1.3 between October and December. The Persona series has been experiencing a constant level of growth year to year, and April to March is 1.3. April to March 2023 is 3.27 copies, and from 2023 to 2024 is 5.06 copies sold worldwide. So yeah, you can see it's doing pretty good. Series doing pretty good. So yeah, Atlus announced that the Persona series has sold over 22 million units worldwide. So yeah, pretty good. So we got 3 more, and there is one thing I do want to talk about. We can talk about that near the end. Just gotta find that real quick. Sorry about that. If I can find that. Yeah, I'll bring that up when we get near the end there. To continue on. So P5X, Japan and worldwide release under consideration. Oh man, I really gotta blow my nose, man. Keep on doing the sniffles like. Sega Sammy has released the company's fiscal year ending March 2024 results presentation today, with the section detailing global initiatives for games as a service. In the section titled Further Expansion Pillars, Sega outlines that the Chinese version of the mobile game P5X was released on April 12th, and that the traditional Chinese and Korean versions were launched on April 18th. P5X launched within the company's expectations, and Sega Sammy also states that the future expansion in Japan and global is under consideration. Under consideration does not mean it is guaranteed to happen, just under consideration. It might happen. And in an investor Q&A in January 2023, the company states that if P5X were to release in other regions, they are not aware that monetization methods differ and would take that into account based on the IP involved. In November 2023, Sega Sammy mentioned that they would focus on the global free-to-play expansion of the mobile game, including P5X. And April 26, 2024, Perfect World, the company behind P5X, said that the game was well received following its public beta on April 12th. It topped the Apple Store free-to-play rankings when it was available for pre-download, and also ranked 8th for the best-selling iOS games after the public beta release. I mean, yeah, like, people want to play more in P5X, Persona 5, with new characters, with a new story going on. So, yeah, I kind of expected that to be, you know, kind of be expected for, like, hey, it's doing good. Okay, next up we got our final two articles. We got Atlus Fest official website launched. So yeah, we got a little fest. I think we talked about that last episode a little bit. Following the announcement of the Atlus Fest large-scale fan event taking place in Japan next month, Atlus has launched the official website. Information on stage events, merchandise, and more will be announced with an update at a later date. The announcement is the national-wide Atlus Contest, a campaign that will be conducted online simultaneously in Japan. Information on this will also be announced at a later date. Atlus will be the Atlus Fest event will be free to enter and last 2 days on June 8th and 9th, 2024 in Akihabara, Tokyo. Visitors will be able to play the first demos of Metaphor as well as demos for SMT5 Vengeance. Atlus has also specified there will be no new titles that will be announced at the event. So don't expect any new titles. There will be no titles. And she's like, oh, what if they're lying? I'd rather have like no expectations than like, oh, there could be something, you know, like I've been let down so many times to try to like expect something, especially with Atlus and like that 25th anniversary event. That was absolutely horrible. Sad. No, nothing coming out of Atlus Fest. If something does come out of it, cool. If not, oh well. Alright, so last article. And this is very disappointing. Atlus is gonna take down the original SMT5 and the DLC from the eShop on June 13th. Which is very dumb of Atlus to do. Like, why? Why are you doing this? And as an update, it has been confirmed that the game will be delisted in all regions. Yay! Atlus has pulled an Atlus yet again. Oh man, Atlus can just do no wrong, right? It's very smart to remove games from you know, from the public and just like, yeah, just make it never available again, right? Atlus has announced that they will be discontinuing the digital sales of SMT5 and its additional DLC content on June 13th. And this will apply to all of regions that the game is available. This is prior to the release of SMT5 Vengeance on June 14th, which will include the original story of SMT5 and its DLC content in the base game, with the exception of the Mitama DLC. Because why not make the Mitama DLC, you know, still pay for it? And I don't want to be a hypocrite because I will say I did buy the Mitama DLC when it launched because, hey, I thought it would be, you know, just like, at the time I was like, oh, I don't want to be so stressed. I'll get that. But like, yeah. So all the stuff that's going to be delisted is the game with the DLC bundle, the Return to the True Demon, which is added to the base game of Vengeance, Gods in Training added to the game, Rage of the Queen added to the game, Doctor's Last Wish added to the game, and the stuff separate DLC, and that's just gonna be added to the game. Any previously purchased content will be available to re-download after the sale has ended. This is dumb. This is dumb. Like, well, why? Why is Atlus doing this? Like, hey, Persona 5 is still available to purchase on the PSN too. You can still buy vanilla P5, even though P5R is still available, but they haven't taken that down. It is dumb. This is very dumb of Atlus. Just, hey, we're just gonna remove games entirely. Just dumb. I mean, hey, we don't even know if people will prefer a Vengeance over vanilla. There might be some people who prefer how vanilla plays versus, Vengeance. That is perfectly, that could happen if people, are interested, or if people have played both. And just like, this will technically be considered lost media because, hey, you can't buy the original game anymore. And just let people have the option to buy either the original version or Vengeance. Or hey, just like how I mentioned earlier, they should have just made Vengeance as an expansion DLC for people to buy if they already have Vengeance. Already have the original version. But no, gotta buy a separate game for that. And I guess, oh hey, I've seen people like, oh hey, with the game being, delisted, that makes, my physical version more worth it, right? And people are saying like, oh yep, people who played the original SMP5 are just beta tests because now we got Vengeance that's entirely better than the original. It has all the new quality of life features and all that stuff. And I'm just like, do I really want to buy the next Atlus, Persona, or SMT game when we most likely know that they're just gonna re-release it like 3 to 4 years later with new content stuff added to that, and we won't be able to like get an update path to that? No, I don't know. Oh, this is just dumb. Like, we're trying, like, gotta preserve the digital media, so like, cause like there's literally like people who are like, we gotta preserve like digital media so like they don't get lost forever, right? Because anything could happen. Because like anything can be lost forever in today's day and age, unless we preserve it, make sure like it is safe in like a safe area that can't be hacked, can't be accessed except by a select few. It is just very, very dumb on Atlus to be doing this stuff. Just why are you doing this? I mean, Atlus didn't like delist Persona 3 FES off of the PSN store. They didn't do that when Reload came out. So just it is very dumb. It is dumb, absolutely dumb. Oh man. Like, well, what's going on through the heads of the people in Atlus, like thinking like, yeah, this is a good idea. This is totally a good idea. Let's do this, huh? Let's remove the original version. But man. All right. So one last thing that I want to talk about is that apparently Atlus is planning to make, not Atlus, Sega is planning to make Like a Dragon / Yakuza, Persona, and Sonic annual franchises through new titles, remakes, remaster, DLC expansion, and other medias. And continue on down, this doesn't mean a new numbered title is releasing each year. Spin-offs are also considered as new titles, and the quality should not the quality of the series should not change because multiple titles are developed at the same time throughout multiple years. The current stage of Persona entered the development in 2019. The current stage is P6, P3R, P5T, and P5X. Now, it's a good and a bad thing that this is happening. Good as in like, hey, we get more Persona stuff, right? But I feel like this might oversaturate the series, kind of milking it a bit. Like the Persona games, like at least the spin-off games are very hit or miss. Like Strikers, I think that's still a very good game. It's a very good game. Persona 3 and 5 Dancing, don't like that at all. I like rhythm games are right, but like the quality is not there. Persona 5 Tactica, it's alright, but I wouldn't really put it up there. And Reload, it's still a very good game. Reload is a fantastic game. I love it. I'm still playing it. I'm over 90 hours in. Still not done yet. Almost there. But yeah, like, it's very hit or miss with the Persona games. I would rather, instead of having Persona years every year, how about we alternate each year? Okay, this year, 2024, we had Persona 3 Reload. Next year, how about we have SMT, we have Devil Survivor 3. Okay, and then 2026, okay, we have a new Persona spin-off, whatever it's called. Okay. 2020, what was it? 2027. We go with hey, we make a remaster of Digital Devil Saga collection, and then add Digital Devil Saga 3 later on in the year. That'd be really cool. That'd be really awesome. But and also with Like a Dragon, I mean, we do already kind of have that. Like, okay, so like earlier this year we had Like a Dragon 8. The end of 2023, the beginning of it we had Ishin, and the end of the year we had Gaiden. 2022, I think, did 2022 have was that Lost Judgment? I think it was. I think that was 2021, wasn't it? Let me just see. Lost Judgment. Oh, that was 2021. So they didn't really have a release in 2022. Well, I mean, I don't mind if they miss a year, because there's still plenty of other games to play, and also save some money in our pockets. It's like, they don't have to do a yearly game, or at least try to do something unique, and something that's not, like, that could be rushed, or something like that. So, hopefully this doesn't turn out bad for the fans who really like the games. I just want these games to have good quality. The story is great. It's not like dumb idiotic stuff like that. Make sure they make sense. Make sure the quality, I know I said quality, but make sure that it is consistent. So hopefully that it is, those different games that are releasing are good. Because Midori did say, like, the current stage of, like, how these games are into development is like they happened in 2019. So they've been working on P5X, which technically different, it's outsourced, but P5T-R, P3R, and P6 are still being worked all at the same time at Atlus, or were. 2 of them are already out. Now they're still working on the other one, as well as Metaphor. That's another separate team within Atlus. So yeah, all that stuff. Oh man, like this was like a like a little bit of a roller coaster of an episode. Like, oh, we started, pretty good, all that stuff, and then when we went to SMT5 Avengers, it just kind of went down a little bit. Then, oh, it went up with Persona 5 X again in Alice Fest, and then went down again with the with the delisting of SMT5. But man, I really wish that Alice can just do a bit better. Hope they can listen to the audience about how they're doing the game stuff. I don't know if they listen to like, hey, what do you want next, that kind of stuff. But like these kinds of hey, we're just gonna delist this stuff, and we're gonna make all these games annual. Just like, please, just take your time with this stuff. Don't list games because they'll become lost media, and listen to the audience when they actually have a good idea. So yeah. Whew. I need to eat, so we're gonna call it here, guys. Thank you guys for coming out for another episode of the Cathedral of Velvet podcast. This has been episode 30, yeah. And also want to thank the patrons who are going up on screen right now. If you guys want to be one of your names going on screen right now and want to help support the show, check out the Patreon link will be down in the description below. And yeah. Oh yeah, almost forgot to say that I'm going to Otaku Fest this week, May 17th to the 19th, so you will catch me there. I haven't really made this public, but I'm gonna be cosplaying as on the 17th as Akiko from Persona 3. On Saturday, if you guys know the ballin meme, I'm cosplaying as that guy there. You'll see me in a purple and pink suit. so let me know if you guys see me there, and also with the big butt. And on the 19th, I'll be dressing him as K2 Sora. So yeah, if you guys see me there, please say hi. Don't be afraid to come up to me. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the Cathedral of Velvet podcast. I will see you guys soon with the next episode. Bye. See you guys next time. Bye.